What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And if you don't know who I am, I run a Canadian lifestyle brand called K-Bud that's doing multiple six figures per year in sales. So I help clothing brands like yours get really good results. And in this video here, I want to talk to new clothing brand owners about how I design and manufacture products for my clothing line. What I'm hoping that this video will do is give you a better insight into how you can create products for your own line that actually sell, exactly how you get them manufactured, and how you can create it so that it's actually pretty efficient and more streamlined for you than likely what you're doing right now if you've never done this before. And I hope you enjoy. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd, and if designs are something that you struggle with, I really recommend that you try them out. You post a project on Design Crowd, designers from all around the world are going to compete for your project. You choose the winner, then you get that design plus revisions. I've sold thousands of these designs on my website, and I got them all made through Design Crowd. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about the special offer that I have for you, or just use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. Okay, so when it comes to designing and manufacturing products for my clothing line, the place that it all starts is coming up with the product idea. And coming up with the product idea is actually probably the most important part in the whole creation process for your products. Because what a lot of clothing brand owners do is they get excited over products that they think are good in their heads. They don't really think through it enough. Then they create these products and the actual product market fit might be off. People aren't responding to it in the way that you'd hoped. And so what I've realized, after 6 or 7 years doing this with my own clothing brand is that coming up with the right ideas for the products that I'm releasing is actually the most important part of the product creation journey. And the way that I come up with the product ideas for my brand is I do a lot of research and brainstorming into the exact reasons why people want to buy my clothing brand in the first place. So the product idea comes from the brand concept. When you focus on the brand concept is like an umbrella that you spawn your product ideas from. And each of the product ideas has its own context to the overall brand concept. And what I like to do with my own clothing brand is really focus in on the brand concept. So my brand represents rural Canada. We have designs inspired by the hilarious things we say in rural Canada. And so I know that the two emotions that people are going to be feeling from my brand when they're buying my clothing is number one, humor. I want them to get a laugh out of it because people laugh at the hilarious things that we say in rural Canada. And they're also going to feel this sense of pride. They're going to feel like, oh, I want to wear this. I want to rock this feeling of, we only talk like this in Canada, and it makes them feel proud to be Canadian. There's also a little bit of aesthetic to the design, but for the most part, it's a lifestyle brand. We're representing a lifestyle and a group of people, and that's what I want them to, really relate with. So that's where my product ideas come from, and I do a lot of research into the actual audience that I'm going after. I'm a part of the audience myself, so I kind of already have this intuitive understanding of my audience, but I'm bringing this up because I think a lot of brands don't really have this focus when it comes to their product ideas. It's just like, oh, I'll come out with this and I'll come out with that. And when you really think about what your brand concept is and you understand the exact reasons why people buy, it'll make your product creation and the actual ideas that you come up with for your products so much better. Once I have the product idea mastered and I know exactly who I want to be selling that product to, I'll think about, what exactly in my niche, how do people dress? Like, what do people wear? And I know that for my brand, a lot of people love hoodies. So I sell a lot of hoodies. Sweatpants do pretty well. And honestly, just regular lifestyle things like t-shirts. So I'm not really doing anything crazy like button-ups or like anything that's really cut and sew. So I'll first figure out exactly which garment I want this on. Am I doing hoodies? Am I doing t-shirts? Am I doing hats? And then I'll take that product idea and I'll design it myself in Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator, or I'll post a project on Design Crowd and get professional designers working on it, or I'll hire somebody off Fiverr, or I'll outsource the logo idea to a designer that I know that I like and trust and have worked with before, it doesn't really matter how you go about designing the logo itself, as long as you can get it done and you can get it made in vector format. Then when it comes to manufacturing the products and actually getting them made, the way that I do it is I have an end-to-end screen printing facility, meaning the screen printing facility that I work with will order all of the garments for me. They have all the garments like t-shirts, hoodies, and hats that I'd need. Then they also screen print on them and do all of my custom labeling. Then they also bag them and they also barcode them for me. So this is really what I suggest you look for when it comes to manufacturing for your own clothing brand. If you're not going the print on demand route, you find an end-to-end supplier and manufacturer that can literally take your design and build it entirely out for you so that they do everything and you don't have to get everything from different places and shipped all across the country. This is the way that I recommend you do it if you're not going the print on demand route, is you find a company that can do it end to end for you. They'll literally order the garments for you, or they'll have the garments and supply them for you. They'll also print on them for you. They'll also make your products exactly how you want them and deliver them to you in a way that's ready to be shipped to your customers. Okay? Because if you're ordering your garments separately and you're shipping them somewhere else, then that's going to be an extra shipping cost. It's also going to delay things for you, and it's just going to add a little bit of logistical complexity to your whole arrangement. And I just recommend finding a company that can do it all in one place. And I use a company called Astro Screen Printing out of Toronto. They're absolutely great. They handle basically everything for me. And honestly, even if I wanted some design work done, they'll do that for me as well. And so a lot of these companies that do this stuff, they're really good at just handling everything for you, and that's how I recommend going about it. Obviously, if you're going to do it the print on demand route, you can just have your designs, upload the shirts to your website, and companies like Printify will, as orders come through, they'll actually make your products for you and ship them out to your customers, completely hands-off for you, where you don't need to do anything yourself. But obviously there are pros and cons with print on demand and actually holding your own inventory. You lose some control going the print on demand route. You won't have as much control over your shipping times. You won't be able to see and feel the products before they get shipped to your customers. And if you hold on to all that inventory yourself, and if you're doing it all yourself, you can ensure that the customer experience is always going to be a good one, and you can have much faster and much quicker shipping times. So, that's basically just how I go about it. And I wanted to just share that with you openly to sort of help you get clearer on how you can do it for your own clothing brand, and I really hope that helps. If you got a lot of value out of this video, hit the like button for me. It really helps me get these videos out there, and let me know what you think about all this in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. My clothing brand marketing program is 50% off until the end of the year, and this is the last sale that I'm ever going to have. I break down real conversations I've had with celebrities and influencers to land endorsements for my own brand. I show you how to grow a real following on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube from scratch. And I show you how to set up, structure, and scale up Facebook ads and TikTok ads for your clothing brand. If you're interested, you can learn more about what's inside at clothingbrandmarketing.com, and I hope to see you inside.